Hey, what's up, you guys? Gemini 101 back and finally doing an airport update. I've been waiting for quite a while, actually, a couple weeks now, to do this airport update and to get it out to you with an in-depth, at least quality video. I hadn't had many gates filled previously because I did sell a lot of my fleet. I'm slowly working back at getting some of the new colors and aircraft that I have planned for the Burlington International Airport project that you're seeing here in front of you. So in the coming months and weeks, expect more videos, more airport updates with more aircraft. But right now, this is kind of a bare bones, barely getting by airport update. But I really wanted to get this out to you. So yeah, throughout the course of the video, and I know it might be a little bit hard to remember, but just keep in the back of your mind, I have a ton of aircraft to get, and I have a ton of ground accessories still to get. But extremely excited to get this airport update out to you guys, a video for you guys, the first one with a lot of detail, like I said, at Burlington International. So without further ado, we'll kind of jump into it here. I'm going to do two-hand operation. I got my phone in my left hand and my iPad in my right hand. I have all the routes on my iPad so I can remember them, just because there's so many aircraft that you guys can see that I have to remember routes for. And I'm still kind of new to, or kind of fresh to getting back into the videos. So yeah, we will jump into it. This is Terminal 1, and Terminal 1 has all the low-cost carriers: Southwest, JetBlue, American, Frontier, and Spirit. Here pictured are two Southwest 737-800s. The first Southwest 737-800 is on the left, and that 737-800 is heading out to Fort Myers. And the one on the right, the 737-800, both in the Canyon Blue. The second one on the right is heading out to Dallas Love. So, and then one thing I don't know if I mentioned it, but everything here at Terminal 1 is Alpha and Bravo gates, if it'll focus. Alpha and Bravo gates, so we've got Alpha 1 through 7, and then Bravo 1 through 7 as well. So, moving along down, we've got at Alphas 5 and 6, they'll be occupied by JetBlue, and Alpha 7 might rotate with JetBlue and American. I'm not quite sure on that yet, but I believe it'll be a rotation of JetBlue and American. But here at Alpha 5, nonetheless, is a JetBlue A321 with a prism tail, I believe it is. Anyway, the first A321 on the near side is heading out to Boston, and the second one is heading out to LAX on the far side there. So both beautiful aircraft. Those are NG A321s. Those are my first NG models. Extremely excited to have those in the fleet, and was extremely excited to get a hold of NG and my first NG models. Extremely proud and happy with the way those turned out. So the airport's so big, guys, you'll have to excuse me. I have to walk around the table. It's so big that I've got to walk all the way around. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, but I'm sure I'll find a way to work on it and get better with it. So anyway, the Bravo gates is American. That's the only that is the only non-low-cost carrier over here, just because they don't have a ton of American service. We're pretty close to O'Hare. American has a pretty large presence there. But anyway, gates Alpha 7/Bravo 1 through Bravo 4 will be American Airlines. The first American Airlines is that American A319 that you see there. That American 319 is heading out to Phoenix. And then on the near side, when I pan out, there it is in the picture, is an American 737-800 with service to Washington Reagan. Gates Bravo 5 is Frontier, the only Frontier route that I have, and the only Frontier model. This is an Aero Classics A320neo, beautiful model, with one of the Frontier 321neos. That heads out to Denver. And then lastly is gates Bravo 6 and Bravo 7. I have an Airbus 321 of Spirit on the way from Gemini. I actually went with the Gemini because I wanted to compare the NG JetBlue to the Gemini 321 of Spirit. But anyway, I'll have a Spirit 321 here in the coming days. The 321 with service to Las Vegas, and then hopefully somebody will come out with a 320neo I can get my hands on for Spirit. And that, let's see, I gotta look it up. That Spirit 320 heads to Fort Lauderdale, so a lot of work. Again, I'm still kind of fresh to getting back into this, but I want to make sure I have the routes right. As you guys can see, I have just tons of aircraft that I've got to scroll through and get routes for. So anyway, here at Terminal 2 is the Charlie and Delta gates. Charlie 1 through Charlie 8 is United. And then the rest is Delta. Charlie 9 through Charlie 21 is Delta, and then international here on the left side, which is the Delta gates, Delta 1 through Delta 10. But yeah, I have plans for a lot of aircraft, but again, I like I said, I'm still lacking some of them. Just kind of doing what we can to get by with this airport update for now. In the near future, we'll have United CRJ 550, 200, E175s, things of that nature. But again, I have to order a lot of aircraft. But anyway, jumping into the Terminal 2 portion of things, here at Charlie 4 is United A321 heading out to Orlando. And one thing I did forget to mention, I believe I forgot to mention at least, is that this is going to be an early morning, 5 a.m. morning airport update. So everything you're seeing is kind of getting ready for a departure. The only thing that will be out of place a little bit would be the Qatar 777 that you'll see. But my morning updates will consist of European routes, British, Lufthansa, Air France, and more Delta and WestJet. And then the afternoon routes have some really interesting aircraft. Air China 747-800, Air New Zealand 789, Etihad 777-300. So a lot of those, and a Qatar 777-300. A lot of those things will be in the afternoon airport updates. But this is the morning, so that's why you'll see a lot of European carriers and a lot of gates filled. The second of the United that I currently have is United 737-800. The first one is heading out to Washington Dulles, and then the second one, just right behind it there, is heading out to Newark. So the 737-800s of Gemini on the United colors are beautiful. Some of my favorite models, in fact. So, and moving on down, gates Charlie 8 through Charlie 21 are all Delta Airlines. And if I can just get my phone set up and get a good shot for you guys here. Anyway, the first aircraft here is a Delta A320. That's got nonstop service to Minneapolis, St. Paul. The second one there is Charlie 10 is not occupied. But the second one there is a Delta A321. Or no, that's a Delta 737-800, excuse me. And that Delta 737-800 is heading out to Houston. Right behind it is a Delta 737-900 heading out to Seattle. And then further down at Charlie 13 is a Delta MD-90, which will be replaced by a Delta 737-800, probably the SkyTeam variant from NG. Can't wait to get my hands on that. It's going to be beautiful. But that's MD-90. Is heading out to Memphis as of now. Again, another model that's got to be replaced, unfortunately, due to retirement, early retirement. But, yeah. We'll slide back down to catch the last of the Delta and head into the international gates. Again, just kind of stay with me on this process as I walk all the way around this huge setup. But here is the Delta 321 this time. I got it right. Heading out to San Juan. And then a Delta 737-700. That's a really nice model you don't see often in the Delta colors, but that's heading out to Salt Lake City. We got a long pencil, the Delta 757-300 variant, heading out to Los Angeles. Scroll back, or move the phone back. We've got a Delta E175. The E175 is heading out to Indianapolis. And then lastly, we've got a beautiful Delta 717. This 717 is heading out to Memphis. So, we've got a ton of routes. Expect this fits here in the international gate, in the narrow body gate. On the ends are 3 narrow body gates. Expect this 717 to just get a normal gate, and then CRJs will fill in here. Again, more models I gotta get. And long story short, you can't find them for a reasonable price. But working our way to the international stuff, a 767-300 for Delta at gate Delta 1. Now we're in the Delta gates. Delta 767-300 at gate Delta 1 heading out to Cancun. You gotta say that 10 times fast. Gate Delta 2 will be an Airbus A350-900 with service to Tokyo eventually. The 777, sadly, being replaced with an Airbus 350-900, service to Honolulu. and then another Airbus 330 that rotates with the WestJet 787-900. Eventually, that'll be in place. But right now, we have the beautiful WestJet 787-900 nonstop service to Calgary. Gate Delta 5 is empty now, but again, we're into the morning, what will be European push or European departure. Gate Delta 5, once I get it, Air France A350-900. Here we've got the British 747-400. Sadly, another model that's got to be replaced due to the COVID retirement. The beautiful British 747-400 heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle. The oddball that we talked about earlier is the Qatar 777-300, just arriving from Doha. This won't be here most of the time. You'll see Qantas in this gate, and then the Air New Zealand. It's kind of confusing, but once I get the aircraft, you'll understand. Lastly, the last two gates are Delta 9 and Delta 10. Here we've got a Lufthansa 747-800 nonstop service to Frankfurt, Germany. And then finally is the United 787-900 heading out to San Francisco. Well, what an airport update, guys. I know it's already running long, but man, you can tell I'm a little bit rusty in the airport updates, but I wanted to make sure I got all the right routes and aircraft right, as well as explain in as much detail as I could what's going on, what time of frame we're looking at here. So, yeah, a ton of aircraft to get, like I said, but cannot wait to get them. And in that, I think that's probably going to be the conclusion, as it's already at the 12-minute mark. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos the best you can. Just trying to get the airport update out there. Hope you guys like the content. Check out my Instagram page if you get the time. Burlington International is the name of the airport, and that is pretty much the Instagram. I believe it's linked to my YouTube account, so you should be able to just follow that link, and it should take you right there. But in the meantime, this is Gemini 101 saying fly safe, and we'll catch you guys next time.